Hi, this is Tom Hartman with CityNetMagazine.com. We're at Montreal Comic Con 2016, and oh my God, we just had one hell of a concert here, didn't we? I'm not going to do a blow-by-blow of the whole night, but basically, you guys were doing sort of like a version of your podcast, as well as the lovely music from both of you guys. And what I love the most, I mean, we are in a time where we have, what is it, a couple of thousand people who are deciding we're going to come listen to video game music. Video game music. How does it feel to see the change in the zeitgeist right now?
It's amazing. I mean, we're offered such a huge gamut of different types of games, and along with that, different types of music, that no matter what your taste or preferences is, there's something out there for you. So whether you like a first-person shooter or a Nintendo game, or you like rock music, or you like trip-hop, there's something for you. So it's a really cool time to be alive.
Yeah. I mean, it's one thing for us who, we grew up with games, we love this. It's another thing for you guys who are influenced by this, by video games in order to actually change your music. Tell us, how do you, when you talk to other people about, oh, we're doing orchestra music about video games, what's the response you get? By other contemporaries, other professionals?
Oh, professional? Oh no, they're not. They're very snub about what we play. Soundtrack, even music from movie. Sometimes they're snub about it. No, it's not real music. It's too easy, etc., etc. So yeah, I'm like the black sheep in Montreal because I play video game music and movie music.
Sure. Well, we need more black sheeps, right? We have to make the white sheep feel uncomfortable, right? That sounded a little racist. I shouldn't have said that.
Okay,
we have the orchestra music on the left over here, and then we have more of a mainstream sort of feel for it. So are you getting any, when you tell people, oh, we have this song called Fallout, and then you got to tell them the history of Fallout 1, 2, 3, New Vegas and 4, how does that conversation actually go?
Well, I'm lucky that I'm surrounded by gamers and musicians all day, every day. These are the people I surround myself with. And so when they're like, oh yeah, you made a song called Fallout, that makes sense to me. I saw that coming 10 years ago. So congrats for you, Jess. So it's just the world that I grew up in. And it's a natural progression for me since I was a kid. Like, obviously, one day I was going to make a song about a video game.
Do you feel like you have a responsibility to make sure that people know about the great work that these artists are doing?
Oh yeah, definitely. You're looking at a game, but yes, there's pretty graphics. A lot of people talk about the pretty graphics, but what about the music? Because in the end, when I open a box and I have that little jingle from The Legend of Zelda playing in my head over and over as I move, that means, for me, that's a higher impact than the polygons that made Link's face.
So you guys were talking about today how when we moved from 8-bit to orchestra music, that was really a game change in video games. It really was a different impact. Now, obviously, we don't love games, more now than we did before. But I find that it's easier to get people on board, versus the and now we have like full-on orchestra music. Do you think that having that music there will make it easier for people to get into games?
Completely. So when we started listening to playing video games and having the music, it was all about the repetition, and the tracks were all based in MIDI, in 8-bit and 16-bit, because that's what they could fit on the cartridges, right? It was all digital music. Well, now they've gotten to the point where they can mix in orchestras and they can take modern music and put it with it, and they're making modern music in order to reflect games and back and forth. So they've gotten to a level now where the narrative is driven just as much by the story in the game as the music itself that is playing behind it.
And if I may, a great example is Mario Kart 8. On Mario Kart 8, because they have the Wii U, Nintendo decided to remake all the tracks with a live orchestra. They got like 50 musicians in a room and they re-recorded the music that way. And it's such a huge impact just driving down that road and having that rich musical experience. For me, this is the best Mario Kart game so far, and like half the reason is the orchestral music.
What kind of instruments, what kind of music can you actually incorporate in new games to really take it to the next level?
Where we are now is we're beginning to mix everything, pop music with orchestra like we saw tonight, and we see every style, sometimes synthesizer with orchestra, live musician, but there's going to be a point where sample is going to be as good as real musician, and one day we have intelligence, artificial intelligence, so the music going to follow what you do and is composed as far as you go.
Oh my God, you just blew my mind.
Yes. that's where we're going to be one day. I don't know now because there's already some game that already changed depending at what's going on this the game. Like Red Dead Redemption, the more there's tension, the more there's instruments beginning to grow the music. It's the same track, it's just that they add stuff to the music to add tension. So one day it's going to completely follow you move because the computer will be able to see, okay, you hit a guy, and at the same time the music cue, the eating, killing someone, etc. You know, that's the way.
Oh my goodness! I mean, coupled with PlayStation VR and what this guy said and what you guys were saying, the future. I mean, I had better not die. I got to see what happens in the future here. All right, thank you guys so much.
The next last thing